Finally, he comes to claim me. After so much torment, I am taunted with one final failure. What sick cruelty.
Orlov, it's over.
Yes, no, yes. It is. It's all finally over. My daughter. I know she's alive.
And?
Death has haunted my life from the very first. From the moment he took my wife from us. I did the best I could.
That was for Reardon! For Britannia! That was for me!
Gwyn, it's time to go.
He deserves worse.
Maybe he does. But there's no guarantee it's safe to stay here.
Quite the opposite, actually. I can guarantee it's not. With Orlov gone, there's nothing holding this place together.
Then how do we get out?
We need open sky. Viserion!
Aye. There's a tower we can climb. Highest point in Azrael, they say.
That'll work nicely.
Then come on! Let's move it, people! Go on, hurry! Nobody's getting left behind today! Everybody up the stairs! You know, if Reardon were here...
Gwyn!
Right.
Just once, could the building wait until we're already outside to start collapsing?
All right, Alden. Time to work your magic.
Already on it, but something's resisting me. Or someone.
You think our friend's boss has noticed us?
If so, we've got bigger problems than a long fall ahead of us.
If it's anything like the door from earlier...
Then we won't be able to open the way ourselves.
Alden, stop the spell.
Are you... If we don't leave...
I know.
I trust him. Do what he says.
I knew it.
Everyone get in! I'll pull up the rear! Go on, Arthur.
You know how usually you're the one taking the big risks?
Yeah? What do you... Wait!
I'll be right behind you. Hopefully.
How and why did you do that?
How? I guessed and got it right. As for why, I'm not really sure, honestly. I suppose I had a hunch.
I thought you were the smart one. Good to see annoying prick runs in the family.
You were going to close the rift behind us, weren't you? You were going to stay behind. After everything we did to save you, to give you a second chance, you were about to throw it all away. For what? Pride? Guilt?
Your uncle's right. Nobody gets in here without being let in first. I've been looking for another way for years. There's somebody I have to find. This could be my last chance to go searching.
Your mother.
It wasn't an invitation to guess.
Then you'd let the same madness that killed your father kill you as well? Even knowing where this path leads?
That's not—
Open another rift. You're coming back to Terrazel, alive.
To Terrazel? And what, I wonder, awaits me there? Rotting in a Gritanian prison? Death by Asbarellian mob? What's the point? I've lived my whole life in exile. I hated it. This could be my only chance. There's nothing left for me but this.
Don't pretend you're staying here out of any sense of purpose. You don't know how this place works, where to start looking. You don't even know how you'll survive the palace collapsing. You would stay here to die. You're giving up.
I am not giving up.
Then prove it. Prove me wrong and live. open the rift.
Just stick close to me. We're gonna be cutting it close.
Lead the way.
I don't understand what he's thinking. How could he be so reckless?
Arthur, you stupid, stupid boy. You better be here soon so I can tear you a goddamn new one.
I have faith in him. I don't know what he stayed behind for, but whatever it is, he must have thought it was important. So I have faith in him.
You're right. Of course you're right. I'm just...
Terrified?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm back.
Arthur!
Hi, Dad. Sorry, Dad.
You scared the daylights out of me! When Gwyn told me what you'd done!
I know. I didn't have much time to think about it.
What happened in there?
Do you mind if I keep it to myself?
Yes, I do. But... I won't force you. You did what you had to do, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Then you did good. Just... next time, warn me a bit sooner, okay? I mean, that shove really wasn't necessary.
She's upset because you sprained her ankle. Turns out the rift wasn't quite level with the ground on the other side.
The mighty commander of the Order brought low by tripping. What is the world coming to?
Okay, we can leave that part out of the history books, alright? It could be fun trivia for the Cosmere snobs.
Hey, that's not fair. Cosmere's arcanists are far more snobbish than the historians.
Father?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just... This is what I was fighting for. I'm... enjoying the moment.
You're right. Tomorrow, for the first time in a long time, there won't be any more fighting. Just... another day. Another day.
Well, there's the confirmation. We got the achievement. We beat
So
the
you
game.
finally decided to take my advice, huh?
Only for the moment. I didn't realize how tired I was getting.
Everyone else did. We even told you.
I know. I'd say it's nice to have a chance to just breathe, but it feels like there's still so much to do.
Mm-hmm. I swear I've been talking to diplomats since the second Orlov hit the floor.
Guess we made our bed with all our talk of rebuilding. Time to lie in it.
Or alternatively, we can lie here, in the shade.
Huh. Good idea. I should have thought about that.
That's why I'm the brains of the operation.
Ah, there you are. Hiding from your adoring fans, then? Take my advice, just send them to Irving. He lives for this kind of thing.
They'll have to get in line. He's even busier than we are.
Was it the same way for you after the Empyrean War?
Oh, not really. I was too young for the diplomats. It was the magical elite that wanted to make my acquaintance. You can imagine I was less than thrilled. What child wants to spend their days with a bunch of stodgy old wizards?
And now you're one of them. Must feel terrible.
I'm not that old. I'm not even 40 yet.
Speaking of the magical elite, you haven't changed your mind yet, have you?
No, I'm afraid not. As much as I'll miss you two, my talents are needed in Cosmere. It's too important.
You should write letters. It might help Reardon learn how to read. I'm sorry. I forgot. For a moment.
Oh, Gwyn.
This place doesn't really feel the same without him. I keep expecting to hear his laugh echoing down the hall.
It's not an easy thing to live with. I'm sorry, both of you.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't... You wouldn't want us to sit around moping about it. It's just, it sneaks up on me sometimes, you know? I should just probably get some actual sleep in a real bed for once. It'll, be a nice change of pace.
All right. Good night, Gwen.
Good night, Arthur. Oh, Father, you're still awake?
I am.
You look like crap. Shouldn't you be getting some sleep?
Funny to hear that coming from you. Guess being a busybody runs in the family.
That and, you know, the hair.
Yeah, that too. How are you holding up?
I'm not really sure yet. Been putting one foot in front of the other just fine, but everything feels different.
War does that to you. War and loss and time. And usually you don't feel yourself changing. So when it comes fast, it's dizzying.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like I've changed. It's here, Caliban. Or no, it's Varroa. Looking down across it all, there's so many memories. And so many of them are bad. It's a struggle to hold on to the good. But I have to, don't I? If I let go of the good times, then is there even anything left? But worse, I don't know if I can ever make better memories again. It feels like the good times are behind me now, for good. I mean, is it even possible for us to live a normal life? Is it even right? Because I keep wishing I could take it all back. I'm not even sure what I'm fighting for anymore.
Gwen, earlier today, I had a historian come up to me asking about you.
Oh, really? And what did this historian want?
He wanted my opinion on what title he should call you by. Commander of the Order, or other such obvious things. But that wasn't all. Liberator of Varroa, Bane of Azvarel, Death's Bane, Hope-bringer, the second hero of Terrazale.
He come up with those himself?
If not, he'd better hire new help. But do you see, Gwen? That man, he believed those titles. All of them. And for so many people, you are the good worth holding on to. You are the good memories. You keep them moving forward. And maybe you're right, and you didn't change. Maybe this was always who you were. Maybe you just didn't notice the signs. But everyone around you finally sees what I've always seen in you. A hero. Somebody above all of this. Somebody worth the title. More worthy than I ever was.
Father, I miss him so much.
I know, honey. I know. And I know your brother would be proud to see you now.
So be honest. This business in Cosmere is more than just work to you, isn't it?
As always, you see right through me. I don't think I can stay here. Not after everything that's happened.
Too many bad memories?
I'm a very, very powerful man, Arthur. Not the kind of power a throne can grant you. Real power. It terrifies me. You saw it yourself, how much my powers were relied on to see this war to its end. It was a good cause. However...
I understand. You don't want to be turned into a weapon.
Something like that. In Cosmere, for all the politicking and manipulation of the academics there, I was just another scholar. But here, Irving is a good man, but he sees results before he sees people. And my results are well documented. Getting away from all that, living my life as a man, not as a weapon, that's why I have to leave.
Then, I guess I hope that goes well for you. We could all do with a little peace of mind these days.
Haha, indeed. I should begin packing. The sooner I leave, the fewer meetings I'll have to sit through. If you'll excuse me.
Alden, before you leave, I need to ask you something important. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I believe I do, yes. Though I may not have the answers you're looking for.
That's all right. Just try. I used to know who I was, what my place in the world was. I was a member of the Order, a Sildarin, an adventurer, but now I've been a soldier, a leader, even an aberration. I've seen the way you look at me sometimes. Like you don't know me either. I used to know my father, my sister, my brother, but I don't anymore. Please, Uncle. If I can't know them, at least let me know this. Who am I, really? Is this still where I belong?
Arthur Sildarin, you are still your father's son, still a brother to your sister. Nothing can take that away from you. Whatever we've lost, it may change us, but it can never erase us. We persist, we rebuild. You are whatever you feel you need to be. That's what we all are in the end. I love you, Arthur. You'll always belong here, in my heart, my mind, my family.
Uncle.
Look at us. Seems to me we both could use some rest. Get some sleep, okay? I'll talk to you in the morning.
Good night, Alden. Whatever I need to be.
With the war behind them, Gritania began the long road towards restoration, guided by her allies and what remained of her leadership. With the Weald closed to them, Gritania looked to their westerly allies for aid, an offer Admiral Elena of Naja was all too keen to accept, looking to strengthen her position in Naja. At first, the new High Priestess Enid worked to refill the ranks of Izin's Chosen, offering succor to the displaced and the injured. However, as the days turned into weeks and more tasks were delegated to those under her, Enid began to distance herself from her station. Enid disappeared, though her legacy remained. Her people turned to Izin for comfort, basking in the light of his hope and in the light of one another. Despite the High Priestess's absence, Gritania's people led themselves in her image, speaking with one voice, the voice of hope. In time, a new leader would take the reins, but the nation would never shake the memory of this moment in time, where all of Gritania stood together as one.
Just as a reminder, one of the first choices you make in the game is like which faction to save. She was the leader of the faction I chose. So you could have had like 2 other people here at this point in the epilogue.
Opportunists and bandits plagued the ailing countryside, but stories abounded of a wandering stranger, garbed in obscuring robes, who wielded both blade and prayer. Those who claimed to have met her remember her by her one-armed stance, and that when she spoke, it was as if Izin himself guided her words. To the east, the elves of the Weald began a different reconstruction effort, fraught with hardships of their own. In the wake of the war, the Sylvans found themselves in turmoil. With the wards fallen and the threat of Asvarel removed, many of those calling for reform were emboldened, pushing harder than ever before. To their shock, Kamari actually yielded to their concerns. his time with the Order having opened his eyes to the world outside the Weald. However, there was another reason behind his sudden change of heart. When the day came to begin the restoration of the Weald, Kamari made a speech to his people, announcing that he would be stepping down as protector of the Weald. He would pass the role to his protege, Zenil, believing that his time in the Weald was at an end. And then he simply left, disappearing without a trace. Zenil took up the mantle with apparent ease, but without Kamari, she too was as adrift as her people were. Meanwhile, to the west, Naja looked to their own future. Admiral Elena, rapidly growing in power and prestige in the wake of her victory over the Shamak, returned home from the war and hit the ground running. Hao Fen, already a center for trade in the region, quickly became the beating heart of the entire Varroan reconstruction effort, with the Admiral managing the entire thing. The list of people who owed her favors grew by the day, and so too did Naja. Out of sight, however, the people of Naja still gathered in secret to pray to and mourn their fallen protector. For them, Elena's bright future was shrouded by dark clouds. While Naja escaped from the war almost untouched, Miradar found its worst scars were born of their own hand. With King Imran deposed, the people looked to their archbishop to guide them. Munir, emboldened by the words of the Sildarans, proved an inspiring leader, capable not only of mending the wounds left by the war, but also the rifts between his people. While the road ahead looks rocky, the Miradan people remain bright-eyed and hopeful. The rest of Varroa, uninvolved as they were in the war, continued about business as usual. However, there was a palpable feeling in the air, all across the land. The feeling that a time of great change was upon them all, that this war was but the first of many upheavals, that Varroa, or perhaps all of Terrazale, was turning a new page, as one era ended and another began, an era many hoped of heroes. For many heroes were born or reborn in the fires of this war. Beneath the Order's banner they assembled, a new generation of names for the history books. As the curtain fell upon their battle, they too found their work had only just begun.
Saxon, returning home to Haven, received a hero's welcome. However, behind each smiling face, he saw the scowls that had so characterized his life before the Order. It didn't take long for Saxon to leave again, returning to Celeban, returning home.
Cassandra stayed with the Order, devoting herself to caring for those who had been left permanently injured by the war in Gritania. Still as private as ever, she would often mourn in silence for the patients she lost, praying that each would be the last.
Feeling an obligation to help her former homeland, Valeria got involved in rebuilding Azvarel. She found her assistance was met with hostility more often than not, but she pushed on regardless, winning over her detractors with her boundless enthusiasm and considerable competence.
Upon his return to Celeban, Benji dodged the excited crowds to do something no Benji had ever done before. He visited a library, hoping to learn something that could help the Order rebuild. He became crucial to the Weald's restoration efforts, a role that he strived to be the very best at, just as he always had.
Following Kamari's footsteps, Zenil shakily took on the mantle of Sylvan Queen. Though she struggled greatly with the responsibility, she had the utmost support of her people. She would often say she was unsure if it was she who led them, or they who led her.
Though his announcement to his people was sudden, it was even more sudden to those close to him. It was said that in the days leading to his disappearance, he spoke feverishly of having made a discovery, one that led him closer to that which he had sought all his life, and that would shock the very foundations of Terrazale, where it found.
With the war over, Sugarheart did as he always had,
he wandered. His nearly bottomless well of optimism brought a ray of hope to many a hopeless soul. While he would love to tell you he did this only to see them smile, he was always quick to point out his empty coin pouch, and would often share meals with those too unfortunate to pay him.
Shocking everybody, Eve requested a permanent place within the Order upon the war's end. Her idea of justice had been shaken by all she had seen, but she knew she had never been better equipped to carry it out than she was now. She would become their head of information, a masterful spy master with a legendary mean streak.
Hauron went home to his people, with the intent to become their chieftain once again. However, it wasn't long before he'd decide he had changed too much to lead this quiet people in their sleepy town. He departed Naja, determined to find answers. What had caused the madness within the Shamak? Why did fate contort to make him slay his old friend? He had to know. And so he devoted his life to the search.
Having shed her prior prejudices, the Lady Iman made it her life's goal to end the divisions between the Vanthites and the Shusani. While the other nobles of her house pushed back at first, Mashal proved to be an unstoppable force, dragging her countrymen kicking and screaming into a new era, whether they liked it or not.
With the answers she sought still out of reach, Aya left the Order, becoming a wandering scholar of sorts. Her experiments brought her ever closer to the brink every day, but as she stared into that abyss and saw only herself staring back, her resolve was only ever redoubled. She would find out who she was, no matter what it took.
With his debt to the Order repaid, and his mission to Varroa seemingly a failure, Tusk, nonetheless, made the journey overseas with his spirits high. Upon his arrival, he sought to impart the lessons he had learned to his people, mending their divisions, just as the Order had mended Varroa's.
While her dream of peace between the Orcs and the Varroans had seemingly hit a dead end, Larai was never one to give up. With the Order's support, she worked tirelessly to make her voice heard, hoping to leverage this time of great upheaval to further her cause.
Despite her best efforts, Taldera was never repaid for the damages to her theater. She couldn't be too mad, of course, as she was repaid 100-fold by the reception to her latest masterpiece, a lightly embellished play recounting a first-hand account of the Great War that shook the foundations of the Earth. She became a household name almost overnight. Again!
For all the talk of unity, Viserion found there was little place for a man like him in this new Varroa. Labeled a traitor in his homeland, and a murderer in lands without. Feeling he had no other options, Viserion pledged himself to the Order, hoping to earn the right to call Varroa his home once again. A right that, in truth, he was being unduly denied.
Her mission completed, Calith returned home to Moonvale. There, she made her report to her handlers. Thus did she and the other Moon Elves begin the grim work of preparing for whatever the next great threat may be.
I feel like there's still some unanswered questions about her background. She was reporting to the Pope, but like there were still some secrets. Like a lot of things left unsaid.
The Grand Master of the Order returned to his mountaintop keep, a hero for the second time. He didn't allow himself a single day of rest before burying himself in his work once again. Perhaps out of dedication to Varroa, perhaps out of fear of the memories an idle mind might linger on.
Unsatisfied with merely having won the war, Alden would get to work researching the cause of the year's magical phenomena. He dared not tell a soul, but he breathed a sigh of relief upon escaping from Caliban's long shadow, feeling as though he had finally escaped the specter of war that had clung to him so tightly for so long.
Arthur was filled with frustration, having dug deeper inside himself than ever before and having found only more questions. Despite this, the youth reluctantly put a halt to his introspection for the one thing he valued more: the health of his sister, who needed him now more than ever. Nonetheless, the thought remained, Alden's words ever echoing in his mind.
Every day, Gwyn would be told she was a great hero, the savior of Varroa, the herald of a bright new future. She wondered often how many times she needed to be told before she could start believing it herself. Nonetheless, she had a new resolve within her. Perhaps she did not need to believe it. Perhaps the belief of others was all she needed. If the world looked upon her as a hero, then a hero she would be. For perhaps the world only sees heroes when it feels it needs them the most.
While gathering the last of his belongings from what used to be Reardon's quarters, Gwyn found a small notebook, hidden from sight. Flipping through it, Gwyn was shocked to find it full of poetry. It was sloppily written, overly saccharine, and earnest to a fault, just like the boy was in life. She keeps it on her, even now. Just one of 1,000 ways his legacy lingers on in the lives of all those he met.
In the end, the Order of Eternals would all be remembered as heroes. Their legacy was not just their own, but that of all Varroa, as the Order's way would soon become the way of all the land. In a time wrought with difficult choices, it was the Order who made the toughest decisions, taking the first steps beyond the threshold to do what must be done. Many would say that their pragmatism was what saved Varroa, and such was the path the land would walk, unto an uncertain future, eyes forward, heads held high.
For Rob and Asali, who believed in us and set us on this path, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Much love. You are missed. Click. Molly Zhang. She's the one who raided us. Stage designer, writer, producer, game director, and programmer. Were you really the only programmer? There's gotta be more, right? Character art, combat sprites, map tile sets, background illustrations, story illustrations. More combat and map sprites. Ability, story animations, icons, UI design. Animals, monster designs, animations. Casting animations. Obsidian Daddy? Voice acting. Oh, okay, here's where you can see all the voice actors. Do I recognize any of these? Cottontail VA. I'm curious if that's like a VTuber somewhere. There's Molly Zhang. He was Sellsword #1. Okay. Benji was played by Benji Buckley? Interesting. Micah Solusud. Solusad? That name kinda sounds familiar. I don't know how to pronounce it though. Valentine Stokes. Matthew Curtis was the tree demon and the hooligan. Aiden Dawn sounds really familiar. That one might be a famous person. Heather Gonzalez sounds really familiar too. Richard Reed. Rings a bell. Molly Zhang was Maeve. I assumed she was. Or I was Elsie Lovelock. That sounds familiar too. Alright, so many people. Community manager, lots of QA. Honestly, like, the development team was really small. It feels like everybody was really specialized. Game cleared. Congratulations on being Dark Deity 2. You now can finish up any challengings or play training missions for fun. There's no more story content remaining. Consider trying a new playthrough on a new difficulty or with some of our extensive campaign customizations, like random recruitment. On the small team at Sword and Axe, we hope you had fun with DD2 and we appreciate you playing. Poured a lot of love into this game, and we can't wait to show you what comes next when it is time. The story of the Sildarans is far from over. I kind of got that impression. Like, there's just so much story, and it's still kind of living that you could easily see them making like a Dark Deity 3. Like, the way they just made this game the next generation, like, I'm still thinking, like, the next generation after that. Like, Arthur in particular, like, feels like he has a lot of unresolved story that could keep going. I could see him being the Alden of next round. But Alden's not even 40 yet. He could be in the next game, too. I still don't know how elves age, so, like, everyone here who may or may not have been in the first game could still be in the second. And what about the next Benji down the line? That's so cool. But here's what we should do. We should save the game. Go back to the main menu. And I do, just kind of real quick. New game. Any difficulty. Whoop. Campaign modifiers. Recruit randomization. Just the rates where stats increase as they level. Player aptitudes. Player bases. Experience gain. Just the amount of gold that's earned. Random enemy class is always good. Oops, all empowerments. That actually could be pretty good. Shuffled aptitudes. Initial aptitudes will be shuffled and placed randomly. Okay. Passives will be shuffled. That sounds good. Shuffled personals. Unit individual abilities will be shuffled and placed randomly. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what personal abilities are. This is cool. Yes. I just want to see, like, what happens when I pop in rolled levels. I want to see who the main characters are with random entry here.
Man, are you sure this is the right place?
You're the one with the map.
Yeah, the map didn't say anything about this many stairs.
This is the only ancient ruin around these parts. Besides, I recognize the stairway. This is definitely the place.
I know, I'm just griping.
These ruins aren't so ancient anyway. Sylvan, for sure. Can't be older than 100 years.
Yeesh. They really let this place go in record time, huh?
Hey kid, you're a local. Anything you can tell us about this place?
Well, just that there's not that many stairs left.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Other than that, not much. Before I marked it, it wasn't even on the map.
Well, somebody must have built it. I can only assume it wasn't the townsfolk.
Alright, let's skip ahead.
Unless powerful.
I answered some of my questions. All the original story characters are talking, but you get random
What do you think,
people.
Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
Is there a fast skip? I think there is. There it is. Skip. Get to the battle. Oh, okay. Gameplay. Yeah? I don't think I need the tutorial anymore. No. So, like, it randomized the enemies. I've got looters? What the heck? Like, the first time it was like bears and trees and wolves. I'm a little curious how it chose looters. I don't remember them being in the original playthrough at all.
Yes? Here.
I want to check out your 15 dodge and 15 accuracy when someone's a lower level. I don't remember like any of their starting abilities. Dancer's Grace. Oh, okay. So you got Zuhair's ability. That's cool. Second Wind. Heal for 8 damage. Increase damage done this chapter. Okay, and you got Benji's personal ability. Okay. That's cool. I just wanted to see what this looked like. But I had a great time. I really like this game. I love that it's got replayability. It's kind of rough going through the story one more time, or at least it was on the first one. In this one, there's a lot more you can do. Like, you can choose like who the second faction is. You could choose to spare the Shamak, and I'm like curious. Like in chapter 28, when we were invading the city in Azrael, like we got those ships that came in to like help us. Like if we didn't kill the Shamak, would the Admiral be upset with us and not show up to save us? And would the Shamak have come instead? Like, I'm really curious, like, how the game would have changed if we made different choices. I might have to, like, watch some other people's playthroughs. Or, you guys really, really, really enjoyed this, we could do a random run. But, for now, I had a great time. I need to go to bed. It's 5 a.m. here. If you are on Twitch, stick around, and I will find somebody to raid. What a great game that was. I loved it. I think it was even better than the first one, which I enjoyed a lot. And if you're wondering, you don't really have to play the first one, but it did provide like some context and story. I think it would be really good to play them all together. So many people to raid. Do we raid? There's Hogwarts Legacy, there's some co-working studying vibes. Is anybody awake? I think a lot of you were playing Dead by Daylight before you raided me. And so I do have somebody playing Dead by Daylight right now. So let's raid them. This is Madison Eve. I don't remember her, but she's probably awesome. I decided to follow her after all. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.